Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Sive Morten, is ForexPeaceArmy.com as usual with a daily update on euro currency. So yesterday we have discussed some issues on the market, some nuances, how it is possible to take additional position despite that market stands very close to the target, and in general we'll take the brief look on the perspective, so actually what we could get next week maybe. So situation barely has changed, as you could see, as market stands this same range around 1660 resistance level as 618 resistance on the whole downside action, and forming this kind of the indecision performance. But on the intraday charts I see a lot of interesting stuff, and actually we should be happy with them, at least if you take the long position and if you hold it. That will be a really pleasant surprise if you will see what I'm talking about. On the daily chart, I can't add something new to the things that we discussed yesterday. Actually, I'm still thinking about this possible big reverse hand and shoulders pattern, which might be the really great step for trading for 1-2 weeks, I suppose, because it's rather extended. Probably it will make impact on the weekly chart as well. So, but this is probably the subject for next week because it's still a long way up to the week to the neckline. Now let's focus on what's going on here and what we could do in last today's session. So on the 4 time frame chart, we said that OP is the nearest target on the euro currency, which is 1730. Its performance really looks great. Our previous entry also worked nice, so with the scrubber, triangle consolidation, and in general everything was good. But not everybody were able to take position here. So, and currently market gives us the second chance. So take a look at that. We're still on the way to the OP, but recently we've got 2 side-by-side bullish grabbers suggesting taking out of this top, which means really great risk-reward setup, and in general that minimize the overall risk of the collapse. Besides, you could place your stops very close, just below the scrubbers, with a position taken and a target around 1730, at least 1730. Maybe market will keep going to the neckline. That's really also could happen. Now we're mostly speaking about the entry process. That's really the core of today setup on euro currency. So using these patterns for possible trading and taking position with this target. Another thing that probably worth it to mention here is on the hourly chart. I suppose that we could get another triangle. It's great shape, especially when the market is going to the OP. Forming triangle right below the target is always good sign for the bulls. It's continuation pattern. Also take a look, guys. Yes, this setup works just perfect. So we said this confluence, mentioned this confluence area and 30% support. We said if you would like to take position, watch for retracements using the scale-in approach, buying the position in chunks and accumulating. And if you would like to take the position in general, this kind of the brand body trade also worked nice. Once confluence had been reached, more than the 618 retracement from this downside action has happened. So from that standpoint of view, hourly brand body trade also is done well. So if you haven't taken position here, or you already has closed them, hasn't just signed the grabbers that I mentioned, market stands in pretty good place on this another retracement here, stops just below the confluence. I think that's not bad combination to consider taking the long position with the target 1730 or above. Well, that's probably all for now. Let's keep watching. Wish you a good weekend. In the weekend, as usual, we prepare the fundamental report, taking a look at what news we've got, so what has happened in the markets. Hopefully and thankfully, actually, this week was not really full of the big events, so report probably will not be as large as in previous week. It was just a crazy week. Okay, that's all for now. See you next time.